Hello, this is Devin, and this is Devin's guide to beauty tips and how to be gorgeous in life. Today I'm going to show you how to make the greatest face mask. First you gotta get this pot thingy, right? Then you gotta turn on your stove all the way to high. Just, you know, get it nice and warm and steamy. Oh yeah. Just look at it. So as it's heating up, you want to get your glass of water that you had this morning, and you know, half of it's just spit, leftover spit. You get that, and then you I guess stare at it until it at least gets warm. Okay, now the thing is hot and ready for you to, you know, put your other ingredients in. So now we move on to your mouthwash from the kids aisle that you got because you like the taste of it better than what the adults give you. So you gotta fill it up, you know, most of the way, and just dump it in. And you gotta fill it up again because, you know, you gotta make it complicated. You fill it up once more. Now you do this for about 3 or 4 times because you want to smell like a mint god at the end of this. You don't want to smell like some piece of shit from down the street. So after, you know, after adding all of that beautiful mouthwash, you then want to go to this collection of chapstick that is flavored that you had when you were like 3 or 4. So we're gonna start off with these purple fruit ones, and I gotta, so hard to hold a camera and do this. I'm gonna set this down, and then we're gonna, to get your chapstick, right, this chapstick, and you just pull it out like that, but you can't keep the plastic on, just this. You just plop it right in there, no problem. Now you have to do this with about, I don't know, as many chapstick as you want. I'm a big fan of this berry explosion though. I mean, it's just good stuff. So that's all, that's the main thing that you have to do. Now there's this weird one, this chicken poop one. It's actually quite useful in the long run. You don't know actually how much you need it, but you really do, because you don't want to smell too good. You actually kind of want to smell a little bit like shit. Now see, notice how, you see here, it's kind of boiling a bit. So what you want to do is, at this instant, you want to actually turn it down from high, and you want to get it to about 6. Because you don't want it boiling the whole time, because that gets scary, and things might pop at you, and the boogie monster might get you. So I'm a big fan of this lip smacker, strawberry flavored. I actually pulled it out of my sister's room while she wasn't looking, because I'm actually a petty theft officer, and I'm actually god at this. And you know, I'm also a fan of this Jolly Rancher stuff, and it just, you know, it's a good taste to it. Good taste to it. I mean, you cannot just go out, I mean, taking a bite out of this, some of this, you know, flavored lipstick. You really haven't lived life yet. So I'm going to show you right here. You could never go wrong with this stuff. It tastes amazing, actually, and I can't eat all that right now because I'm busy doing my makeup and I need all my materials. Yeah. Oh god. And now after that, you gotta wash your hands, because, you know, you got all that amazing waxiness goodness all over them. So after you get that, you kind of want to take your spoon and just kind of stir it, make sure that the wax is getting mixed up in the water in the mouthwash. So after all of that, you want to take your this shea butter. I don't know why, I just took it out of my sister's drawer, and so now you just kind of pour it in there. You can put as much as in there. I prefer not to put a huge amount in there, but you gotta put enough to where it's not boiling as much when you put it in. I'm tempted to put my finger in here, but I know it's a bad idea. Get that in there, but you don't want to stir just yet. You actually want to put some of these wax strips. You see these wax strips? Go to your local orthodontist or some guy who has braces who never used these before, and you just kind of want to plop them in there. Good, and it's healthy, you know, all the good stuff. And then after that, you want to take this deodorant, this $3 deodorant, preferably just blend, and then you want to take your knife and you just want to get a bit of that deodorant, not too much of it, but, you know, cut it off to where there's no round top, so you get that much, and you just want to stick that in there just like any other thing. And to really, you know, get your thing all nice and clean, you got to get some of this yellow mustard. Now, I'm not a big fan of ketchup, so I like to use mustard, but you also got to get this mustard juice. You can't just get this regular mustard. So you just kind of spray it in there. I prefer not to use a huge amount of it. And after that, you want to use these two great things, this Sunkiss, this orange Sunkiss, and then this V8 Fusion. You got to use both of those. Now the thing is with these two, is that you have to pour them in at the same time. You can't pour them in at different times, or else conflicting flavors don't really stir that well. But you don't want to put that much in, just about halfway. And now see, it's gonna stop boiling, right? So then you turn it back up to high. Just you know, make sure it gets going, not turn it off, but you got to turn it on to high. And then with this other stuff, you can either drink it. I prefer to drink the Sunkiss and throw the V8 down the drain, because the V8 is actually way too healthy. It's not good for your immune system. And then you want to take your metal spoon and you just kind of want to mix all the ingredients that you got in there right now, because that's very, very, very important. Now this may seem a little liquidy to you, and I understand what you're going at here. So that's why you go to the local store and you pick up you pick up a strainer, and we'll be using that in a bit to actually take out the goodness part of all this amazing stuff. So you see here, see that all in the spoon? That's actually quite normal. You don't need to panic about that. It could be cancer, but you never know. So I'm gonna grab my strainer just in case and get it all nice and set up over here. Alright, now that we got the strainer there. Now, you may say, Devin, this is going to be so hard to clean. Well, you know, I've never done this before, so I don't know if it's actually going to be clean, you know, easy to clean or what. But all I know is that this will make you look beautiful later, so you don't need to worry about it for now. Now, as it's heating back up, what's very important is that you place the final ingredient in, and this ingredient is very, very important, because without it, you just wouldn't be right. So you want to take your dank memes here, and you want to put them in. But you got to make sure that you start off with the Nicolas Cage as the banana, and you just want to throw that in there. Now, what's important is that you take this like Asian-looking Patrick, and that's very creepy, and you want to throw that in there too. But you want to do it in this exact same order. You take the goat, like mushroom guy, just throw him in there, and then you want to put triggered, because without triggered, you just wouldn't have a good beauty tip thing. You got to make sure you get some of that propane in there. And then lastly, you want to get this guy whose neck is so far forward, and he's just researching dank memes. So you just throw all of that in there, right? You know, you get all that good stuff in there, but you want to make sure that you don't push it in until after all the dank memes are in the pot, because if you push them down too early, then your dank memes won't, their flavors and their healing abilities will not actually be put into the mixture correctly. And the reason you want to print them out on white paper and in color, not black and white, because you can't apply correctly. You can't apply these dank memes. The dank memes won't soak in and make your amazing creation awesome. So it's always important that you print it on white paper and in color, and it doesn't matter if you print it off of Word or anything. Now, I like to turn down the heat a bit because it is getting a little high and it's scaring me. So after this, it's going to smell like absolute shit, but trust me, it's all worth it in the end. Oh my god. After, you know, you see your dank memes, that's how you really tell if the mixture is done. If you see here, I'll give you an example. See how your Nicolas Cage here is, you know, sort of like that, sort of bent, got that orangish flavor. But what you really look at is you look at the dank meme researcher image, and the colors just gotta fade a bit more to be the proper dank meme. So you just keep it in here, you keep it stirring, make sure you keep the heat under wraps to where things aren't overflowing. That's always very important. Has, you know, faded a decent amount. That's when you decide that, you know, it's time to turn it off. But then you want to take your spoon and you just want to clean it off, just because it, you know, it's no longer useful and you don't need it. So the most important thing is that you don't want to have your dank memes wait for so long. So you gotta take your strainer here, move your mixing utensil, and you just gotta, you know, set this up to where it's not fucking up. And then you gotta take your dank memes that smell like absolute shit and face mask, and you just
Pour it in there. No regrets. Just pour it in there. Now see, your pot won't actually have anything on the bottom, but then you get your dank memes, and that's all you need for the moment. And let's just set some of these dank memes on there. Now, it's very important that you get one that's not been touched that much, but for right now, I'm just going to start with the Patrick meme, and maybe get some of that researcher, and a little bit of that, and just, let's just grab all of this. Now, the most important thing I think here is that you take all of them and you kind of scrunch them together, right? Kind of like this. It's very, 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 very important to do that. And then you want to take it here, and I'll show you a first-person view of how you want to do this. And in 24 hours, you'll look like Kim Kardashian. And I swear that it won't give you cancer, won't give you AIDS, won't give you pimples. 100% proof. Now I will be back in 24 hours to show you the difference. Alright, it's been 24 hours, and now I'm going to show you what I look like. I now look like this, which obviously means that it worked so well. I'll put a picture to the side so you can see the difference from yesterday. So thank you for all watching Devin's Beauty Tips, and I'll see you next time.